So we have to wait for the date to be announced, and then we will share the right portal. It is free to apply for a green card lottery. It's never charged. Like nobody. The only time people are being charged is when you go to a cyber, and then we cyber attendant atakwambia, I'm charging this amount to apply for you. But actually, this is something you can do yourself. You can use your phone, you can use your laptop, you can go to the cyber itself and apply yourself. Like it's just a portal, US portal, and we will share the portal because sometimes unaweza pata portals zingine zimetokelezea because people are thieves. They want to steal from you innocently. So wanna announce like it is going to be free, and it's going to be free for real, and it's been free for this year since the DV lottery started. So
unless it changes,
unless it changes, na watatuambia. The good thing with the migration court, or rather immigration court, like huwa wanatupea heads up. Wanasema if this time they're going to charge us, they will say. But they have never charged for the DV lottery. The reason as to why I'm saying they never charged for DV lottery, it's a lottery, for God's sake.
Yeah,
it's karata. And anyway, if you go to a casino, the reason as to why people feel like you need to pay is because when you go to a casino, you get into a casino, and before you start playing, you pay some amount before you start, you know. But in the reason as to why it's called a lottery, kulingana na immigration court, they're trying to give you an opportunity to win, and then they give you a green card, and then you travel to the US and, you know, as a permanent resident. So this is a different way, a different type of lottery. It's not the same as that one near casino. And another thing I usually say, if it is like, it's like kucheza game, like history ya betting, you know. So kama unaweza ekea Man U kichwa wakicheza na Chelsea, so unaekea Man U kichwa alafu unapiga magoti unaambia Mungu nimeweka $100, sorry 100 Kenya shillings, nimeekelea bet Manchester United, naambia Mungu tafadhali make sure Manchester United imeshinda hii game so that nipate hii pesa, unaona. So that is how the lottery works kulingana na the DV lottery. Like you never know, you apply and you wait for 7 months.
Yeah.
And as much as it is something that utashinda, there's some fee that you have to pay even afterwards when you win it. Like when you apply for it does not mean ukishinda the US government will do anything for you. No, they are just giving you an opportunity to come to their country to live, like to stay. You know, they give you the benefits of a US citizen. They give you a right to work in the US. They give you a right to buy anything you want, a land. They give you a right to get a loan, you know, to go to school and all that. They give you all that right, except one thing: they can take away that green card anytime if you mess up. And if you mess up, it means you drive drunk. That's where you get a DUI. When you become a nuisance, I mean, when you become someone they don't want, you know, because that is, you know. So green card lottery is just something that you apply and you wait. It's not a compulsory thing to get. It is not something that is gonna, I mean, it's not your right, you know. Si right yako kukuwa na hii kitu, ni kitu unai-apply alafu una request. And that's why if it was a right, there are other countries that are not allowed to apply for green cards. For example, Nigeria. For another example is China. So it's not a right. We are lucky as Kenyans that we are still applying for the green card lottery, but I'm hoping that it's gonna stay for long because Kenyans are really traveling, and that's why unaona embassies imeanza kufungwa. Like, you know, this situation that we have right now, it is Kenya only that we have this situation. Other countries like Uganda, Tanzania, you know, our neighboring countries, bado embassies go open, except Kenya. So we really need to pray about this. Kenyans are running away from home. And we, you know,
the economy is bad.
Yeah, it is so bad. So anyway,
so Damaris, sorry to cut you short. Between the winning and getting the interview date, inachukua muda gani between winning and So when you apply for the green card lottery, you wait for 7 months for the results to be announced, and then after 7 months you have 1 year. Okay, it's usually 1 month to 1 year. What? Sorry? 1 month to 1 year to go for the interview. That period, 1 month to 1 year to go for the interview. But our current situation is not allowing us to wait 1 year. It's made people wait for even 2 years, because there are people who won the green card lottery in 2019. Nabado, actually there was one, and I'm so glad that yesterday alienda interview na ameshinda, na I'm so glad like she's coming after watching a lot of my videos and all that, you know. So I'm just so glad she won. She won, and then she went for an interview yesterday after a few, and the exact questions I told her are the ones that she was asked. I'm just so glad nimesija share on my page. Anyway, so unangoja, you're supposed to, like, the official thing in the US Embassy is 1 month to 1 year. But sasa situation ya Kenya, like right now, unaona, like interview dates hazipatikani. So the interview dates, they are taking you to 2024. So watu wa 2019 walipata date 2021 because of the COVID thing. And then this thing did not start with COVID. It started with the Trump thing. Like, you remember, Trump didn't want Kenyans to travel. I mean, still Kenyans peke, of course, immigrants. Trump didn't want immigrants in the US. So that is where the problem started from. Like, so since we've shown that Kenyans are running away from home. So from 2019 imekuwa forwarded and all that. So it now takes 2 years to be able to process your green card. So Damaris, sorry Damaris. So this means unaweza shinda DV lottery, then depending on your case number, hata usiwaifikiwa na interview kwa embassy.
Yes. It will take time, but the good thing is they have put solutions that even if your date imepita, because it's supposed to be 1 year, but now it's allowed. If kitambo ilikuwa ukipita 1 year you lose it, but at our current situation right now, even if it goes beyond 2 years, you will not lose it. They look at the case numbers. Yeah, you don't lose it, because I've said, like, yesterday was Wednesday, right? And, you know, the other day in Kenya. Yeah, the other day in Kenya, like, but for us it was yesterday. So the other day in Kenya, like, she went for an interview na alikuwa ameshinda 2019. So 2019 ikaisha, 2021 ikaisha, ameenda interview 2022. Unacheki. So wametoa hiyo sanctions that itakuwa. That is only in Kenya. Not in Uganda, not in Tanzania, not only in Kenya. Yeah. So so that's how they are doing it. So it's gonna take some people 2 years to be able to get here.
Sorry. So Damaris, ukifikiria, because DV lottery imekuwa around for quite some time, and kama ni kubadilisha, wanabadilisha tu kitu kidogo. What do you think watu watahitaji kuapply kufikiria tu, because you are not making the rules now?
So before Trump, I want to start before Trump, and then I bring it to our current situation. Before Trump, education was not necessary. The thing that was necessary is job experience.
Sorry?
So I'm sorry.
I know you're reading a comment. I know you're reading a comment which has been written there.
Nimeona hiyo comment, but
Someone is questioning your intelligence.
I know, right?
This thing we research
and I usually tell people to go watch Janet Rangi, and then they will come and ask me these questions because I watch Janet Rangi. I watch you, actually. I watch Cialo. I watch so many people, you know, like, anyway, that comment does not matter. Let us go back to where we were. So before Trump, education was not necessary. It was just work experience for 2 years, like, you know. So after Trump, akakuja introduce the Form 4 as, you know, like, as necessary, you know, like lazima ukuwe na Form 4 certificate to be able to apply. So at people who are applying now wenye walikuwa before Trump, they can still use the work experience. But if you apply now after like ulifanya Form 4 ama ulifanya nini rules zina fall under okay, let's say Trump alianza ushukani, is it 2015 or 2016? I can't remember.
Could be 15.
Yeah, I can't remember so well. So 2015. So people before 2015 kama walifanya Form 4 hata ama hawakuwa na Form 4, when walizaliwa before that date and all that, they can still use the work experience to apply for the green card lottery. But at the moment right now, after Trump alisema Form 4 is necessary and the passport is also necessary. So those two things, passport, Form 4, and then passport photo, and make sure the size of the passport photo is whatever size, and then the background should be white, blah blah blah. So hizi vitu zimeongezwa after Trump. So after Trump and period ya Trump imeisha, and now Biden amekuja. So this period simeisha, lakini sasa watu after Trump vile Trump ametoka, people went to court and they were like, you guys, of course, the Democrats want immigrants. So wameenda court wakasema, hey, you know, we need immigrants so that our country can be sustained. So that, because immigrants, honestly speaking, they bring a lot of money to the US government. Like the state I am right now, Washington State, we are number 2 from New York. Like we bring a lot of money because it is full of immigrants. People who have money in the US, like right now where I am, wanaleta pesa ni immigrants. So yeah, so the Democrats, this state is a Democrats, wakasema we still need immigrants, and the reason as to why we need them is because people don't have passports. People don't have passports to apply for the green card. They don't have passport to apply for the green card. Unageti. So hatuna passports. Watu wengi, immigrants wengi hawana passport. Huwa wana apply after wameshinda kitu. Huwa watu wana apply wamepeta. You know, hata Kenya, sisi ni wa Kenya. Like sahi wa Kenya ni wengi. Hawa watu 117 walai bilai, watu 99 hawana hiyo passport.
That's true.
Yeah, so wata apply baada, ama hata kuenda Dubai, mtu akikuja kuambie niko na opportunity ya kwenda Dubai, uko na passport, mtu akwambia niko nayo lakini hana, alafu aenda ku apply, you know, that's how Kenyans behave. So they went to court, the Democrat or people, they went to court and they said, no, we want immigrants people, but they don't have passports. So what do we do? So wakaenda court, wakashinda kesi, so passport ikatolewa, you know. So ile passport ilitolewa kwa court, imetolewa, but hatujui kama imetolewa na immigration court. So we still waiting kama imetolewa, and we pray so much like ikuwe imetolewa so that our people can apply for this green card lottery. But the Form 4 one iko bado. Yes.
Sorry. Najua kuna pros and cons za kutolewa.
Yeah.
Like najua ikitolewa the number of people wenye watakuwa wameapply ni ikitolewa hiyo requirement ya passport, the number of people will have applied for this 2024 DV lottery watakuwa ni wengi sana. So in a lottery system whereby wana pick randomly, number ikiongezeka, the chances again zinakuwa slimmer and slimmer.
Zinakuwa slim, exactly. Lakini hata with passports the chances were so slim, because I remember last year watu walichaguliwa were only 3,000 people. So 3,000 people unajua ni watu wachache sana. Last year only 3,000. 3,000 from Kenya. Yeah, only.
From
so ni watu wachache.
Okay,
so be it with passport or without, there's a percentage yenye wameekea country. You know, like the whole world they need only 55,000. So if they need 55,000,
every country a quota with a queue or
7%.
Okay.
Roughly.
Okay.
So 7%. So ukwe na passport, usikwe na passport, like the cutoff will still be like roughly 7% or 6% of a country, of the number 55. So
of the number 55,000.
55,000. So basically, anyway, either way, hata wakitoa hii passport yenye watu wanashindanga wakiuliza passport itakuwa, you will still need this passport at the end of the day, you know. So there's no need for you.
Damaris, my thinking was wakitoa passport like quota pia najua iko which they give each and every country, but I would imagine a sample of 30 million people when you apply versus a sample of 5 million people when you apply wakati kuna requirement ya passport. Itakuwa harder kwa mimi kama Jackson kuchaguliwa in a sample of 30 million as opposed to a sample of 5 million. That thinking, sijui kama na communicate vizuri.
Yeah, I understand you perfectly, and I agree with you 100%, because right now people are going to apply na watakuwa wengi sana. Maybe let's give it like 600,000 Kenyans will apply, right?
Yeah.
So like without passport, maybe there were like 400,000, 300,000, right? So for the 600,000 still takes us back, even if 1 million people apply for this green card. Still, it's going to maintain. Kama ni 7% of our country, it's 7%. It's not gonna change. So hawawezi kuchange. You know, like it's still going to be the same.
Oh, yeah, nimekuelewa. It will still be the same. The percentage.
Yeah. The percent bado itakuwa
from the 55,000. 50,000?
Yes.
50,000.
55. Actually, wanachukua only 55,000.
Okay. Ulikuwa umeingia kwa form 4 certificate before ni kuuliza mambo ya these numbers. Form 4 certificate. Ulikuwa nataka kusema kitu kama unaweza kumbuka?
Yeah, so for the nilikuwa nasema time ya Trump yo ilikuwa nini work experience, but currently ni hiyo form 4 certificate ndio wanahitaji. Na form 4 certificate wanahitaji ni kama uko na D- and above. You know, kama uko na D- D for dog, D- ndio wanahitaji and above. Kama uko na below D-, then man, you need to either go back to school or fall in love with someone who already has a D- and above. And I usually tell people, yes, and let them apply, and they will tag you along and be married, like literally officially married. Wachana na hii maneno ya kamwiste ijulikani kwa embassy, you know. So ukiweka mtu ati mmeoana, inamaanisha ukuwe mmeoana legally. By legally I mean uko na certificate ya marriage, you know. Maybe uolewe through civil marriage, uolewe through Christian marriage, uolewe na maybe Islamic marriage, Hindu marriage, like ukuwe na hiyo certificate. But please fall, I'm a customary, I had forgotten about that. I'm a customary. So please fall in love with the right person. That's what I would just say. And I also advise people to fall in love with nurses. Pia nurses are the right people to fall in love with.
If your dream is to go to another country like the US and the UK, those countries. Tamari, sorry, kidogo, najua the situation was nabalika in between you applying, winning, and going for the visa interview. Maybe you get a child, you get married. How do people navigate that period? Ama how do you do when, for example, umepata mtoto in between winning and going for the visa interview, ama in between applying and winning and going to the visa interview? Unaweza pata mtoto hapo katikati umezaa na huko umemjaza pale kwa the application itself.
So it's usually not a problem. If you applied and you were single, if you applied, okay, let's start when you're single and then now you're married. What you usually do is there's a form you fill. It's an I-30 form you fill, and then unaeka spouse wako. Okay, after umeambiwa umeshinda sasa lottery na uko sasa married at this moment, na uko kwa umeweka kwa list ukisema you're married, so there's a form you fill. Ukisha fill hiyo form, unatumana na ile form yenye unatuma yako binafsi ukisema as much as nilikuwa nimewin lottery, this is my application, but I'm also married right now, and then you put your marriage certificate and affidavit unaweka pamoja, unazituma, and they will be like, oh okay, sawa basi, cause and then they will get back to you. But another way ni kusema you go first, and then going first as the winner, and then muapply tena that same I-20 form, I-30 form. When ukuja US uapply nini I-30 form, useme this man I'm married to this person, akuje. But I usually don't advise. I don't know. There are two ways. It's a longer route. Yeah, it's a longer route. If you go to the US and then apply for them, it's a longer route because you have to wait for 1 year or 2 years to bring your spouse over. And it's also not advisable to file together, to go to the interview together. So it's a win-lose situation. It's just a tricky situation at that moment, but there is always a solution. So that is the marriage part. But if you have a kid after like uli apply green card and then umeshinda, now it's time for you to go to an interview, but umeenda kufanyiwa medical test, umepatikana uko na mimba. It is not usually a problem when you are still pregnant. It's not usually a problem for someone who applied for a green card. But it becomes a problem again when you ushaza sasa. So ukizaa pia ni hiyo process tena, you have to fill the I-30. So it just brings you back to the same situation. Yeah. So it's either you travel fast. Yeah. It's either you travel fast, wache mtoi, ama uende na mtoi.
Okay.
But so the good thing with that, kama mtoto ako under 18, hawezi fanyiwa, not under 18, under 10. Under 10 hawezi fanyiwa interview. Above 10 nafanyiwa interview.
Okay, sorry, Damaris, najua kuna blunders watu hufanya while immigrating to maybe the US. Na one niliona unasema kwamba watu wanaenda na visit visa, alafu umeweka certificate zako za masomo zote ndani kwa bag yako, na watu wengi hurudishwa. Na pia kwa hii DV lottery najua na watu hufanya blunders. Umeshinda, but there are common blunders people do maybe during the interview. Kuna blunders watu hufanya, hata wengine ya umezaa mtoto na bwana, and because mko na issue hujatafuta ile consent ya ule bwana, na ama yeye anakukataza kwa sababu anataka kukatizia usiende. Sorry for using that word. So the matter is najua kuna blunders kama hiyo ya certificate mtu beba akienda, you're going to on a visit visa, then you're carrying your educational certificates in your backpack.
Okay, so I will deal with the DV lottery first. So when you go for the interview, the only time they need your certificates is when umeshinda green card lottery, or rather DV lottery, because hapo hujapata green card but you need DV lottery. So you're going for your interview so that you can get the green card. So umefika pale kwa interview, and the only time they will ask, because ukifika they will ask for your certificates and your DS-260. They will ask for those stuff. So unapeana, and then wanaenda kuverify certificates zako and all that. That is the only time they will ask for it. And then after you doing your interview, the possible questions that they usually ask when you're doing the DV lottery interview is they will ask you where you're headed, and then you give them the host, penye unaelekea and all that, state yenye unaenda and all that. And then they will also ask you, what is your plan? Unaenda kufanya nini US? And then, like you will tell them, maybe my plan is going back to school, get married, blah, 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 and all that. They will ask you if you have kids and all that. So that is that part where they will just ask you simple questions, and they will if you answer them correctly, then you're good to go. They will not, they will not ask you to provide certificates zingine kama za nini za sijui umefanya masters. They're not bothered with that. And also, since you've already answered them the right answers, and then they have allowed you, they've given you, they will tell you, we will give you a passport tomorrow, we'll send you your passport after 2 days, they tell you. So when you travel to the US with a green card lottery, they don't care. You can carry everything. Even if it is your jacket, they don't care. Your braids, they don't care. Because why? Yeah. You are coming to the US to stay. You're coming to the US kuishi. They know you are moving. You are moving from Kenya to the US to stay.
Yeah. It's a migrant visa.
It's a migrant. It's an immigrant visa. So unakuja kuishi. They know. So they will not ask you anything. So when you come to the border, and literally, as long as you don't show them that your plan is to your plan is to be a criminal in the US, then you're good to go. And they will not even check your bags. But now when it comes to you're coming to the US with a non-immigrant visa, and non-immigrant visa is you're coming as a visitor, you're coming as a student, you're coming to work for a short period of time. These are non-immigrant visas, like you do not have a green card. Like green card is something that will give you the permanent residence. So for this visit and work and student, you are not coming to stay forever. You're supposed to come to the US for a short period of time and go back. Now, if you're coming as a visitor, why do I'll use an example of you coming as a visitor, and you're coming as a visitor assuming like unakuja kuzika mtoto wa ndugu yako, ama unakuja harusi ya Damaris Obiero. Like, why do you need your certificates if it's not your plan to come to change your status? And okay, why unakuja harusi yangu kudance? Sasa unakuja kukula, unakuja kufanya. You're supposed to be in my wedding, or rather at my wedding for 5 days, 2 days, 1 day. Why are you carrying your certificates? So there's no need for you to carry a certificate. So that and then there's this thing people are asking, like, how will they know umebeba certificate? Now this is what happens when you get to the airport. There are custom officers there, so they will ask you questions, and you will not know they are interviewing you. You will not know. They don't tell you, now we are interviewing you. No, they don't. They will just ask questions. Cause I remember when I got to the US, I came through New York. I was at with the US custom. When I talk about custom officers and all that. So that woman who was stamping my passport, alikuwa ananiuliza, hey, sasa how long are you gonna stay? Nikamwambia exact words that I used to at my interview at the visa, because she asked me the same questions zenye nilikuwa naulizwa. So akaniuliza, how long are you gonna stay? Nikamwambia this. Akaniuliza, where are you going? Nikamwambia hapa ndo naenda. Akaniuliza, what is your plan? What is your plan after this? I was like, my plan is going back home. Because if I was stupid enough, I would have said, I'm not going back. I'm planning to stay for this period of time. Then that would have given them a reason to check my bags.